You're not unmotivated. You're emotionally drained. Have you ever noticed something strange? You wake up tired, not physically tired, but mentally heavy. You scroll for a while, you think about what you should be doing, you feel a small wave of guilt, and then you do nothing. And the story in your head says, I'm just not motivated. I need discipline. I'm being lazy again. But what if that story is wrong? What if you're not unmotivated? What if you're emotionally drained? There's a big difference. Laziness avoids effort. Emotional exhaustion avoids survival. And most people confuse the two. Here's the truth nobody explains. Motivation is energy, and energy is emotional. When your nervous system feels safe, clear, and stable, energy flows. When your nervous system feels overloaded, uncertain, or constantly alert, energy shuts down. Your brain doesn't ask, do I feel inspired? It asks, do I feel safe? If the answer is no, motivation disappears. That's why you can want something badly, a better body, a better career, better habits, but still feel frozen. Because wanting something and having emotional capacity are two different things. Emotional drain is settle. It's waking up already thinking. It's carrying conversations in your head. It's replaying things that happened yesterday. It's worrying about things that haven't happened yet. It's your brain never fully resting. And the dangerous part is you get used to it. You think constant mental activity is normal, but your brain is burning energy the whole time. Decision fatigue, social pressure, uncertainty, comparison, hidden stress, all of it stacks up quietly. And when emotional energy runs low, the brain goes into conservation mode. Conservation mode doesn't look like panic. It looks like procrastination. It looks like scrolling. It looks like I'll start tomorrow. Because when your nervous system is tired, growth feels expensive, effort feels risky, and risk feels unnecessary. So your brain protects you by slowing you down, not because you're weak, but because it thinks you need recovery. The modern world makes this worse. You're exposed to more information in one day than people used to process in a month. Your brain is constantly comparing, constantly evaluating, constantly filtering. Even when you're resting, you're processing, and processing burns energy. So when you sit down to work on your goals, you're not starting from full battery. You're starting from 40%. And then you judge yourself for not performing at 100%. That judgment drains you even more. This creates a loop. Low energy leads to less action creates guilt, guilt increases stress, stress lowers energy, and then you label it laziness. But laziness doesn't come with guilt. Emotional exhaustion does. Unresolved emotions drain energy silently. Conversations you never finished, boundaries you never set, feelings you never processed. Your brain keeps those tabs open like background apps. Each one uses battery. Over time, you're running low without knowing why. You don't need more motivation. You need emotional recovery. You don't need a new productivity system. You need nervous system regulation. Because motivation isn't something you force. It's something that returns when your system feels safe again. Now the real question becomes, how do you restore motivation without forcing it? Because forcing motivation is what drained you in the first place. You cannot demand energy from a nervous system that feels unsafe. You have to create safety first. Most people try to fix burnout with pressure. They push harder. They judge themselves more. They raise expectations. And the nervous system responds with more shutdown. Because pressure feels like threat, and threat reduces energy. So the first shift is simple. Stop trying to be impressive. Start trying to feel stable. Stability restores energy faster than motivation ever will. Reduce mental noise. Your brain is exhausted not because of work, but because of constant internal dialogue, unfinished decisions, unspoken emotions, unresolved tension. Every open loop drains energy. So step 1 is closure. Close one open loop. Send the message you've been delaying. Write down the thought that keeps repeating. Set the boundary you've been avoiding. Emotional closure frees energy. Second shift, lower the entry cost of action. When you're emotionally drained, big tasks feel dangerous, so shrink them. Don't fix your life, open one document. Don't get in shape, do 5 push-ups. Don't change your career, research one option. Small action tells the nervous system this is safe, and safety allows movement. Motivation returns after movement, not before. You've been waiting to feel ready, but readiness is created by action. Third shift, remove self-judgment. Judgment drains more energy than failure ever does. Every time you say, "I should be better by now," your brain hears danger. Shame activates survival mode, and survival mode kills creativity, clarity, and drive. Replace judgment with observation. Instead of "I'm lazy," say "My system feels overloaded." That sentence alone changes your nervous system response. Fourth shift, regulate before you perform. Deep breathing, walking without your phone, cold water on your face, sitting in silence for 2 minutes. These aren't productivity hacks, they are nervous system resets. When your body calms, your brain restores energy. Motivation is created in your physiology before it shows up in your thoughts. Burnout is not weakness, it's a signal that you've been running on stress, comparison, pressure, and invisible expectations. You were never lazy, you were overloaded, and overloaded systems need recovery, not criticism. Once your nervous system feels safe again, energy returns, focus sharpens, clarity improves, action feels lighter. Not because life changed, but because your internal state did. You don't fix motivation, you restore capacity. You don't force discipline, you create stability. You don't fight your brain, you update the environment it's reacting to. And when you do, motivation becomes steady, calm, reliable. If this video helped you realize you're not lazy, comment "I need reset." Let that be your signal, not to push harder, but to recover smarter. Because your motivation isn't gone, it's waiting for safety.